You know, these days it really seems like classic World of Warcraft players just can't be happy about anything that they're given. Hello everyone, my name is Icosiel, and today we're going to talk about Alterac Valley and just why everybody is so upset about what we received in classic WoW. There's also been rumblings on the forums of Nostalrius doing it better than what Blizzard did for classic WoW. And is that really fair? Is that a fair argument? Well, yeah, it can be fair, but we have to dive in and really look at this. So, what was Alterac Valley? What do we remember? Well, only the people that were there for the beginning, which was patch 1.5, truly remember everything that it was when it first released. The landmines, the shredders, the Korak Blood Rager, how it was originally, I believe, level 51 to 60, and you'd have these big battles where you'd have the lower level characters or players going off and taking care of like all the side stuff, right? And while the level 60 players would be going forward and kind of taking care of all the PvP aspects. But keep in mind, this was patch 1.5, so there's a very small amount of people who probably remember that. However, I think a lot of those players are actually back for Classic WoW, and that's why we're hearing such a loud voice about, hey, we want pre-nerf Alterac Valley, more so than people who may not have ever played it. Although there have been a lot of people that I have seen on forums that have never seen the pre-nerf and want to see it. They do want to be a part of it. So if you take a look at the forums right now, there are just so many people talking about it like, hey, we don't want what we basically have in retail. We want what was there at the very beginning. So if you look at Alterac Valley and how it kind of became what it is today, I'll just talk about what happened in the vanilla days. So you had Alterac Valley come out in patch 1.5, and it immediately started getting nerfs at patch 1.6. They removed the landmines. Excuse me. They removed the landmines. Patch 1.8, they nerfed the NPCs, and they then put in honor marks, so that when you win a match, you start getting honor marks, and it helped you with gear and whatnot. Which that was like the first step that kind of started the whole Zerg effect. Patch 1.10, they removed Korak the Blood Rager, and patch 111, the real big nerf, where they removed a ton of the NPC guards, and anybody who was still there was their hit points were drastically reduced. So the NPCs were just totally negligible, right? And that's pretty much what we have in Classic. That's where we stand. So what's happening is the Alterac Valley was dumbed down, and people are playing it very similar to how they're playing retail. It's just go to Drek and go kill him. You go to your faction, or you go to the faction leader and you just kill him. And that's not what people want to experience when it comes to Classic. So what did Nostalrius do? Nostalrius was still based on the 1.12 client, which means that all those nerfs were in effect. What Nostalrius had to do was they had to go back, look at old footage, and then go, okay, this is how we believe this was. And they had to scale up enemies, make them, with the full hit points, manually place the NPCs, manually place the mines, to get it as close as possible to what they remembered Alterac Valley pre-nerf patch 1.5 was. So they did a great job with it. It had its own issues, but that's what they ended up having to do. Unfortunately, Blizzard does not have patch 1.5. They only have patch 1.12. So if they're going to do that, they have to do the same thing. However, the 15th year anniversary happened. What did they give? They gave not the pre-nerf, it wasn't the original, but they added things back. They brought back Korak Blood Rager and whatnot. Were the NPCs like all super elite and whatnot? No, they're not. If you compare it, so there's still work that has to be done. However, Classic runs on the same server hardware that current retail is on. So they gave kind of a I don't know, a bastardization of the original AV and put that on retail, but at least I got something, right? And then we're stuck with the 1.12 that nobody really wants in Classic. But to get that, Blizzard has to do the same exact thing that Nostalrius did. They're going to have to go back and manually place mines, manually place NPCs. They're going to have to do that because they don't have the data anymore. No matter what, it's not going to be the exact Alterac Valley that people remember in patch 1.5. No matter what, there's no way they're going to be able to get it exact. But I think what people are looking for is they just want Blizzard to try it. Blizzard can recreate that. The question is, do they want to? Do they want to put that kind of money and resources trying to get back the original patch 1.5, knowing there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to be all pissed off? Well, I can't do AV anymore. I can't farm my honor the way that I did, and now I've got to go do Warsong Gulch to do that, and I don't want, there's always going to be people that are upset about something. What I think Blizzard should do, though, is we are talking about WoW Classic, right? Classic World of Warcraft, or I should say vanilla World of Warcraft, was an art piece of gaming. It changed the industry. And I really think that Blizzard should take some time and actually try and recreate it as best they can. The players have to understand, though, that there's probably going to be little changes from what it was because they're not going to be able to get it 100% accurate. And the player base is just going to have to understand that. But I don't think most of the player base is really looking for perfection. They just want to get that feel again of that epic battle that Alterac Valley was. Bring it back to the 51 to, or level 51 to 60, so you can have your lower level guys going out there and taking care of the side quest. You can have your strike team of rogues trying to backcap. That's what people want. That's what people remember Classic being. And I think that if Blizzard attempts it and really tries to give them something, or give us an authentic Alterac Valley of what it was, I think most of the player base is going to be like, yeah, cool, I want this, and thumbs up. When Burning Crusade comes out, Classic Burning Crusade, and they haven't announced anything yet, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm convinced they're going to do it. Well, then they already have a working product of the 1.12, and of course there were more nerfs that happened in Burning Crusade, which I'm not going to talk about now, but at least they already know that they have a working AV from 1.12. But yeah, so Blizzard doesn't have the 1.5 database, so they're going to have to recreate it. And if they need help, go talk to the Nostalrius guys. I'm sure they'd be willing to help. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Of course, my cat was, well, now she's sleeping, but apparently she was licking herself this entire video. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, click on the bell, and you'll also be notified of the streams that I do on the weekends. So thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.